Honourable Member David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr Chair. It's good to speak on vote finance, and for those listening, that was Shane Jones, and Shane is the Labor Party...
Order. Member will refer to the member by his full name or his title.
Well, Mr Jones is the Labor Party spokesperson on in finance at this point in time for the Labor Party, and when he gets into trouble, he always goes on about the vulnerable people. You know, that's Labor Party rhetoric. They try and build fear into people. They won't actually give them inspiration or give them aspiration. They try and put people down and create fear tactics. That's Labor Party policy. It's always how they've been, and that's always how they're going to be. And the public have moved on from that. The public have moved on. They want aspiration. They want to know what the future is. They don't want to be put down by the Labor Party. They don't want to be seen as vulnerable, and the last thing they need is people like Shane Jones telling them what should be done for their lives going forward. Because look what the Labor Party did for this economy when they were in government. They created a recession before the rest of the world. They put New Zealand into recession at that time. They put the wrong incentives into our economy. The tradable sector was not growing. They had an economy that was going downhill big time. And what did they also do? They did a variety of promises just to win votes. Promises that were for policies that now New Zealanders are having to pay for. Policies that didn't deliver economic results. They didn't deliver the social cohesion and delivery of services that New Zealanders would have wanted. All they created was a situation of more debt, more government and less economic growth. And you compare that with what's happened under the National Government in just 2.5 years, and, Mr Chairman, in the most difficult of times, in a recession, in a time when we've had to rebuild Christchurch. What have we delivered for this country? Low interest rates that have been some of the lowest, so that people can go out there and make investment decisions and grow businesses and buy houses and do what they need to do to have a home for their families. Good growth rates coming through this year. Growth rates in the first quarter beyond expectation, and looking at good growth rates over the next few quarters going into next year. That's a very, very strong position for an economy in these most difficult of times. We've balanced the need to have major infrastructural investment. You see that in the broadband investment, the roading investment, the Transpower investment, building the infrastructure of New Zealand so that we can grow an economy. We've rebuilt Christchurch with a plan that will go out there and deliver a stronger, more successful city going forward. And we've changed the tax incentives so people know that they need to get a good education, work hard, and they will get some rewards for that. And then they will invest that money through their savings in the economy and further grow the economy and produce even more economic growth. That's the game plan. It's a game plan that has worked in 2.5 years of the toughest economic times. It's a game plan that's ready to deliver New Zealanders strong economic growth going forward and future prosperity that they all deserve and seek. And the public understand that game plan and they support it. And they want that game plan and they will get it at this election coming up. Compare with the Labor game plan. The Labor game plan is to borrow more money, put yourself in more debt. Don't worry about repaying within a short period of time. Don't worry about getting the New Zealand economy in a position where we can grow and deliver things. Just borrow. Borrow more, and borrow more. That's what the Labor Party wants to do. What does the Labor Party also want to do? Tax you more, and tax you more. The Labor Party wants to borrow more and tax more. That's their plan. It's a great plan, isn't it? You can see how it's going to work. What it's going to do, put New Zealand in a situation where we borrow more. What's that going to do? Interest rates will go up. What's that going to do for economic growth? Kill economic growth. What do you do if you tax our people more and if you tax them through higher tax rates, which is what the Labor Party is looking at, or capital gains tax? That kills economic growth. There's no incentive for New Zealanders to go out there and build a stronger economy. Labor's plan will borrow more. That will lead to higher interest rates, less economic growth. Labor's plan is to tax more. That will lead to less growth and less potential for the New Zealand economy. And what else does the Labor Party want to do? They want to have a bigger government. A bigger government that knows more and can spend more and do it in a way that they agree with.
I call the honourable member Stuart Nash.